Envisioned as a vibrant hub for social services and youth empowerment, the Social Development Center in Winterveld, north of the city, lies dormant with no electricity.
We use torches at night and there are snakes here. We don't have electricity. They connected electricity illegally before, but it didn't even last long because the cable was stolen. Despite
local leaders' assurance of completion, the facility remains a white elephant. Some issues still need to be ironed out.
The main outstanding challenge is the occupational certificate. You will remember that this land, this area, formerly belonged to the former Northwest Yobo Tshwane. So now it's in Gauteng, city of Tshwane. But we were told today that it belongs to the national government. This area has been declared a red zone area, and as a result, Eskom delayed in bringing the transformer for this area for this facility to be powered.
And a few kilometers drive to the city center reveals abandoned and derelict buildings which are believed to have become crime dens. The Karel Skuman building, once a proud landmark, now stands as a grimy testament to neglect, lacking basic amenities, but it's home to some of the homeless in the city. The Schubert Park building's refurbishment remains an elusive dream, with millions diverted to temporary accommodations instead. And not far from them stands the Kruger Park building, which was emptied 16 years ago after a fire broke out, claiming 5 lives. A local city movement says the squalor that has gripped the city because of incomplete projects, hijacked and neglected building is appalling.
Those buildings are being used unjustifiably by illegal immigrants. There are prostitution there are drug dens, they are being used for drug activities and also forth. Our youth they all end up there using those buildings. Every day they lose value. Every day they lose value. Money was spent there, but for what?
Council has already approved a motion to convert these buildings into student accommodation. So what we then need to do, because it's not just it's not only going to be group property that is looking at it, we're also going to have TMPD, because some of those buildings are also illegally occupied. So we'll have to get TMPD in for bylaw enforcement and all of that. But the ones that we have already, they have been identified. And what we will be doing is that stakeholder consultation, reaching out to the universities, reaching out to developers. So we will have that meeting with all of the stakeholders to discuss, and then we hope to start as soon as possible. I mean, in these 18 months that we have of government, we really need that to get done as early as possible.
Some housing experts advocate for the exposure of young people to robotics and cutting-edge technologies for rebuilding cities.
We need to rebuild our cities, yes. And we need technology to do that. We can no longer use hard labors and so on. We need technology. We need people who are able to use those robots or machines to bring the country forward. Remember, South Africa is still a member of the General Assembly, so we comply to many, institutions in the world, part of the world. So we need to up our game as individuals in South Africa to make sure that we put our country forward. It's not the government only that should do that. As individuals, we need to start thinking outside the box.
Meanwhile, Public Works Minister Dean McPherson is yet to announce a way forward as part of the broader intervention in a bid to tackle concerns of fruitless and wasteful expenditure at buildings belonging to government. McPherson recently visited the Telkom towers and indicated that government buildings that have been hijacked by criminals will have to be reclaimed and the stalled projects resuscitated. Mulimo Motwa, SABC News, Pretoria.